Hello, BookTube.
Hello.
Tonight we're doing another book tag for you. This is Josh's.
Josh's Spice book tag. It is the 30th in the foodie tag. In his series of foodie tags, which have all been really good. And let me tell you, nobody does these tags better than Josh. So go over to Literary Gladiators, watch the original, which we will link below.
I love this tag. It's a fun tag.
It's so good.
It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, this might be the best of the foodie tags. It's really, really good. I love we just watched Josh do this. This is about my fourth time watching it. I love the tag. It's very good. All of these foodie tags have been good. He may have a playlist over there of them. I'm not sure. If he does, watch them because they are cool.
Yeah, they're really good tags.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump in face first. Number 1, salt. If you were an English teacher, what would you teach to add an engaging taste to your class? I would teach the hero's journey, the Joseph Campbell's hero's journey and storytelling, because I feel like in any good English class needs an element of storytelling, because it's such a big part of our oral and written history. Yeah, it would be storytelling. And the idea of the hero's
in college.
Oh,
you took a lot of storytelling in college.
Oh, yeah.
We got a book tower over there that is really precarious. I just noticed that. I hope it doesn't fall during this video.
Well, if you hear a loud sound of tumbling books, don't panic.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because it's been there for a few days, but not while we've been in here. Okay. For me, well, I'll start with I don't eat salt anymore. I'm not allowed. I have to have less than 1,500 milligrams a day, and I have well less than 1,500 milligrams a day. Started with my latest health issue I found out about in November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, but I wish I could have salt. But I can't salt anything, which is fine. I mean, I was never that big a fan of salt anyway.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, it is for Becky, because when she makes tacos and stuff, we have to do it with our own homemade seasoning that doesn't have salt. But I actually think it tastes better.
I like the taco seasoning I make. Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
But what would you teach?
I would teach the students that they are allowed to have an opinion about literature. They're allowed to have an opinion about what they like and what they don't. And that what they like and what they don't is a viable way to look at things. You know? I don't think there is one book out there that absolutely every student needs to read. To me, that is a stupid concept. And a concept that needs to be done away with. There is not one book out there that everyone needs to read. It just doesn't exist. Needs to read doesn't exist. There is wants to read, there is wants to learn, and there is does not. And in my opinion, that's just the way that is just the way it is, and that's the way it should be seen. I don't think forced reading should be allowed. Unless it's like a textbook, you know, part of a textbook where you have to learn this, but you know, are there better ways to teach things and tell kids you have to read this? I think there are.
Sure.
I really do.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah. Forced reading is one of the big reasons we have less readers today than we ever have. So yeah. You know?
I do agree.
Yeah.
Number 2, black pepper, a classic that leaves a lingering aftertaste. For me, that would be. I should
have found my prop for this, but it's over here.
The Scarlet Letter.
Yeah.
It's up there somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, that left an aftertaste.
It's right here.
There it is.
Yeah.
Oh yay.
I love The Scarlet Letter.
I do not
It's one of my favorite,
Letter.
Probably one of my 20 favorite novels ever. I love it.
I've never liked The Scarlet Letter. I've had to read it twice.
But again, you were forced to read it.
Yeah, true.
You know?
But there are a lot of books I was forced to read that I actually really liked.
Well, sure.
Scarlet Letter was not one of them.
Yeah.
But
Most kids who were forced to read it didn't like it.
it stuck with me.
Yeah, I love it. It stuck with me too. But the one I'm picking is Moby Dick, which I think is the greatest American novel ever written. Maybe. Hold on, we're having issues with my phone. But yeah, but Moby Dick is amazing. Such a great work of literature. And again, it's not one of those that everybody should read. It's weird. Moby Dick is very strange.
It's not for the faint of heart, that's for sure.
No, and the stuff that stuck with me more than anything, believe it or not, are the whaling scenes. Them bringing the whale onto the ship and butchering the whale and things like that. Yes, it's disturbing, but it was fascinating at the same time because that's the way it was. And
very informative.
There is no place for whaling today, but they really believed there was then. Even though, the world would be a better place if they had never done it, but still.
I have a Star Trek mentality on whaling.
Star Trek 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, mine's Moby Dick. Amazing book.
Number 3, crushed red pepper. A writer that
Number
fires
4,
you.
Isn't
No,
it? Oh, it is
a
3.
writer that fires you. No, it is. Wait, no. Now I'm paranoid. Yeah, number 3, crushed red pepper. A writer that fires you up. Stephen King.
Yeah.
I hope Stephen King dies in a ditch.
This should have been my answer, but it wasn't.
Covered in fire ants.
Yeah.
Dragged off to their little hill.
Stephen King can write look at Salem's Lot, look at The Shining, and then he writes from a Buick 8.
Eaten by a jackal.
And then he writes from a Buick 8, which is the worst book ever written in my opinion. It is the biggest piece of crap I've ever read in my life. It was so bad. I've read books written by 8th graders that are better than that, and I mean loads better than that piece of junk. Dreamcatcher 2. What a terrible book.
Stephen King wrote one of the 2 books that I literally chucked across the room when I finished it. One of 2. And I hope he dies in a ditch.
No, you don't. He almost died in a ditch.
He did almost die in a ditch.
Yeah,
I know.
That's not a good thing.
He described it in one of his books that he put himself in.
Yeah, I know. Stupid. I agree. What was mine? We're not on my notes anymore. Mine are gone.
A writer that fires you up?
Yeah.
Your notes are gone?
No, they're on here.
So go to them.
Okay.
Was it Louis L'Amour?
No. Yeah, no. Hold on.
It?
I'm trying to get to
It was
my...
something you get excited about. Isaac Asimov, wasn't it?
No. It was H.P. Lovecraft.
Hey, go, yeah. We changed it the last minute.
Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft. I really enjoy a lot of his stories, but man, and then you go read, The Call of Cthulhu, and you realize just how racist this man was. Oh my God! It's a story I will read again. But it's a story I read with my face hidden at times, because and again, people can blame that on the time, but he is worse about it than 98% of other writers that were writing at that time, putting it in his stories. And the thing was, it was in most of his stories. It was in, well, I'm not going to say most, it was in a lot of his stories, racism was. Whether that be, racial slurs or calling black people savages,
The cat.
Yeah, I know. I can't remember the name of that. The rats Rats in the Walls, I think was the name of that story. But Call of Cthulhu, I don't think it's one of his better. I don't think it's one of his better stories. A lot of people love it. I don't care that much for it. I don't think it's all that well written. But yeah, I mean, Lovecraft I like, but then man, his racism shows bad in a lot of his stories. So yeah, H.P. Lovecraft fires me up in a lot of ways because I want to read his stuff, but I can't. There are some things that are just a little too uncomfortable to keep going with, and yeah.
Yeah, and just to be clear, I don't hope Stephen King dies in a ditch. I like some of his books, but I hope he is haunted by the anger of all the people that he disappointed with his books. Oh, because he sucks so bad. Where are we?
Number 4. Oh, sorry.
Haha, neat. All right, number 4 is Paprika, a writer that can be both mild and intense with their writing. I'm going with Ruby Dixon for that one. She's one of my alien romance authors. She wrote the Ice Planet Barbarians books, and she writes some really fluffy, sweet scenes. They're romance, but she also covers some really heavy topics in some of her books, and it does it for me. They're great books. It's a great series. So yeah.
Yeah, mine is J.R.R. Tolkien. Things like The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, you'll have these wonderful, cozy, joyful scenes. And then you stop and you start to think about what he's actually writing about. And it's trolls wanting to eat hobbits. You know, wanting to pull them apart, cook them over a campfire, and eat them.
Mysteries. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's disturbing when you stop to think about it. I don't, and again, I think that's actually a strength.
Oh yeah,
it
sure.
makes me enjoy the books all the more.
Makes for a really well balanced story.
Oh, I'm certain. Yeah. And I love it. I love J.R.R. Tolkien. I'll talk about him a little more here in a few minutes. Number 5.
Nutmeg. A genre or category of writing that is great in slight amounts but overwhelming when overdone. All right, so for this one, I'm actually going with what our fearless creator of this tag said. Josh, he said poetry. I agree. I like poetry. I'm an English major. I love poetry. But I like the poetry that's disciplined, like villanelles, and iambic pentameter, and things that tell stories. Milton can suck it. But when things go off the rails, like Paradise Lost, no, that is too much. That is too much. Give me Alfred Lord Tennyson. Or Robert Frost.
Yeah, but even Alfred Lord Tennyson had long poems and Longfellow.
Well, yeah, but Alfred Lord Tennyson had things like The Lady of Shalott, which is gorgeous, and it tells a great story, and it's beautiful. And then there's Paradise Lost. or who wrote Walden? Not Walden. Yeah. It's just too much sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it's a genre I really do enjoy, but romance can it gets cloying to me after a while.
Jump the shark.
Yeah, sometimes.
Jump the bed.
And the thing about it is, a lot of it is written to be, you know, especially when you're talking about historical romance. A lot of it is written in a similar way.
Yeah, there are a lot of romances that are very formulaic.
Yeah, there are like tons of them, and I'm not up for that, to read 5 books in a row that are almost exactly the same. I can't do it. You know, that's the reason I read sparsely when it comes to cozy mysteries. when it comes to romance, even when it comes to westerns. I read them, but I read one or two at a time, and then I move to something else.
See, that doesn't bother me. There are authors that write their entire series with the same formula in mind. What I do is, if that formula ever gets to me, I go to a different book or a different author and come back when I want that formula again.
It's not the formula for me. It is that the formula is not strayed from.
It becomes predictable for you.
Yeah, very predictable, and that's one thing I don't like about literature is predictability.
Sure.
Know. But yeah, it's romance. Actually, it's anything that follows a formula, the formula so closely. You all right?
Yes, I've been having allergies all day, and I'm ready to die because my nose is going to fall off. Okay.
All right, so what's next?
Where are we on? We're
cinnamon? 6?
Nutmeg. So we're on cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon. A cozy work about an intense subject. And the way I look at this, it can be just about any cozy mystery, honestly. But I went with And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Because it's a cozy work. It's something to sit by a fire with your hot chocolate and devour. But it's about 10 murders. So it's pretty intense.
Yeah, sure. It's a great book, though. I love it.
Oh, it's so good.
And Then There Were None, but I'm a bigger fan of Murder on the Orient Express, which is another one that's about a pretty intense subject.
That'd be great. It's kind of more intense than And Then There Were None, if you think about it, because
the way it's written.
because of the reason he was murdered.
Yeah. Love both of those books. Mine is not so much a book as it is a genre, and we're talking about westerns.
Yes.
I love westerns. I love western movies. I love Louis L'Amour. I love Zane Grey. I love Luke Short and a lot of these western writers and people like those writers. But then again, kind of like the J.R.R. Tolkien thing, when you stop to think about it, what is it that they are talking about? A lot of the time, it's murder, mayhem, murder of the genocide of a people,
racism.
Yeah. And things like that. And again, it's something I read, but it's something that but it's not something I can excuse that happened at all.
Right.
Maybe I'm a hypocrite for reading and enjoying it, but I don't think so. I read it, it's entertaining, but it does teach me a lot about the mindset of the time, things like that. And a lot of these were written like back in the 50s, and I know John Wayne used to say that the Native Americans were selfish. If they would have just shared their land with the white man, that things wouldn't have happened. That those things wouldn't have happened. That the genocide would not have happened. I happen to disagree with that.
I think that's probably not quite right.
Yeah, but I wonder if people like Louis L'Amour didn't think the same thing, or did Louis L'Amour just write things the way it was?
That's a good question.
So I don't know. I haven't looked into the man all that much.
Yeah.
I don't see the point in looking into the man most of the time. I would like to read a biography about him, like an extensive Louis L'Amour biography. But as far as I know, there's not one out there. So, yeah.
Okay. Number 7, garlic powder. What are your thoughts on Sparknotes?
Go ahead. You first.
Okay, I mentioned earlier, I'm an English major 2 times. I have 2 English degrees. Sparknotes are an abomination. I honestly, I don't see the point in Sparknotes. They're enough to help you fake it through. But I knew somebody in college that they would look at the Sparknotes for every other work we did. It was in a Shakespeare class, and he would spend more time going through the Sparknotes and then looking up the scene that the Sparknotes were talking about than he would have just reading the stupid play. Unless we're talking about Hamlet, then I can almost understand it, because it takes 4 years to read.
I love Hamlet. It's my favorite.
It is, but it's a long play, because Hamlet is the most like long-winded human being ever in literature. But yeah, Sparknotes can suck it.
Sparknotes, I think they have a place, but they're never used for that place. And that place is for if you only have a little bit of time to do something, you know, or you need a reminder about something, about a big work
to spark your memory.
Exactly.
I can see that.
And that's exactly what it is made for, but that is not what it's used for.
Nobody uses it for that.
No. So yeah, I think it has a time and place, but it is not used for that time and place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not used for that at all. Yep. So that's all about that. Yeah. Garlic powder. I like what he said about this. Garlic powder is a more intense flavor. Is easier to use, you know, than regular garlic.
Even though the regular garlic is more healthy.
It's more healthy, more nutritious, better for you. Yeah, it has its benefits, whereas garlic powder takes all those benefits away, except for the flavor. And I thought that was just brilliant.
I agree.
Yeah.
On all counts.
Yeah.
All right, number 8, turmeric, the most yellow book you own.
Oh, and turmeric is actually how it's pronounced.
It is not turmeric.
Which is, yeah. I mean, if you look at the way it's spelled, it's actually not turmeric. I understand why people say that it's easier.
It has an R in it.
Yeah, and they miss the R. But
2 of them.
It's fine. I don't care. I just wanted to say it. I wanted to be an ass for a second.
Yeah, I just followed right into that. Okay, so this is
the most yellow book you own. Susan Wittig Albert. What's the name of it? A Witch's Bane.
I haven't read this, but I need to. I actually haven't read any of this series.
I'll show you something.
There.
I just pulled out of a box over here, a box that I had put in a corner, that because I didn't have room on the shelves, which we have another shelf we got to put up. Same one. I actually like this cover.
I like that cover. I like that cover better.
I like both covers, but this one's better.
So ferociously yellow.
Yeah. You haven't read it yet, have you?
No, I haven't. I haven't read any of this series. And
okay.
This is like way late in the series. I can't wait to read it.
You've got quite a few of them.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of them because I'm just so interested in the books.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in this one.
Mine is, it may not look exactly yellow in this light, but it's ochre. Yellow ochre, I would say.
It is a color of yellow.
Fellowship of the Ring, J.R.R. Tolkien. Isn't this cool?
So pretty.
Becky got this set for me for, was it my birthday this year? This last year?
It was your birthday.
Yeah, and as you see, the Fellowship of the Ring's gone. I've already read The Hobbit out of here. I will be reading the rest. I was going to slow read the Lord of the Rings. I don't have time. I had to give up on that. But
is that the prettiest set of books you've ever seen?
It is, and I'll tell you what.
It's so pretty.
They are tough as nails. You cannot, you can't scratch them. You can't leave fingerprints. They are just gorgeous. No, oh yeah, it is not The Hobbit. It goes there. It's the first one. It doesn't go. It goes after The Hobbit. There we go. Okay.
I forgot what book you were holding.
But yeah, cool set, huh?
It's so pretty.
I love this. I've shown it on here before, but I love it. Look at this.
I just love it so much.
Beautiful. It's one of my pride and joys of all my collection. Went off again. Where are we at? We just finished turmeric, right?
Turmeric.
9. Chili powder.
Chili powder. A difference-making character in a work.
You go.
I can't remember who I said.
I don't either.
Who did I say? You go first. You go first.
I'll go first. Mine is Inspector Bucket from Bleak House. Once Inspector Bucket made it to the story, everything just ramped up, got twice as good. What a character. Just a cool character Inspector Bucket was. Big book. This was my first Charles Dickens. Definitely not my last. But Becky and I both read this, and we both enjoyed the crap out of it.
It's a great book.
Great. We had a great time with this.
I remember my pick now.
It is, okay, it is long. There are times it wears out its welcome a little bit. It gets a little stale. But all in all, we love the characters. We had a good time with the book. It was like visiting an old friend every day to come back and read this. I read it in about 7 or 8 days, something like that, which is pretty good for me for about a 1,000-page book.
Took about a week for me.
I just hope I can get War and Peace done that fast. And
Bet you can.
Gargantua and Pantagruel and Brothers Karamazov and all the big ones I'm reading.
That's a great name, Gargantua and Pantagruel.
Yeah, I'm excited to read that. It's coming in February.
So the character I chose is actually one of my very, very favorite characters in literature, and it's Sir Toby from Twelfth Night or What You Will.
Yeah.
He makes a difference. I'm not sure it's a good difference as a general rule, but he makes a lot of differences in that play.
He's hilarious.
He is hysterical.
I like Ague Cheek too.
How now, sot?
Yeah.
Senor Ague Face. If you've never seen the Twelfth Night or What You Will, I don't even remember. I don't know who directed it, but it's got Helena Bonham Carter in it, and
so good.
Toby Stevens and Imogen Stubbs, and but the guy who plays Sir Toby, his name is Mel Smith, and he is hysterical. It's got Ben Kingsley in it, so
it's great.
It is.
We've seen it. I've seen it probably 5, 6, 7 times.
Yes,
at least.
It is just divine.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the guy's name who plays Ague Cheek. He's really famous. But anyway, if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It's fabulous.
Yeah, he was in one of the Star Wars movies. One of the new Star Wars movies. He played an Imperial.
Yes.
But
he
I
did,
cannot
didn't
remember
he?
his name. Yeah.
I can't remember his name to save my life.
That's all right.
He was in the movie Penelope and Hudson Hawk.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
Don't mention that. Okay. Don't let anybody know you watched that.
I've watched it many times. All right, 10. Cardamom. A work that can directly relieve you on a bad day. I don't work like that. I can think of a genre that will relieve me on a bad day, and it's romance. And any kind of romance will really draw me out of a bad mood. Especially romance short stories. They're short, quick, sweet, to the point, and they give you a quick shot of that warm and fuzzy that you're looking for. So yeah, romance.
Mine is this book right here. It is one work. It's The Hobbit, J.R.R. Tolkien. I can sit and read like little snippets of this and just get happy all over again. It is so well written. Like you could open up to just any page and read stuff like, "I can't always be carrying burglars on my back," said Dory, "down tunnels and up trees. What do you think I am, a porter?" And it's just funny. You know, there's times that it's funny, or you'll open it up and there's a song that is being sung at the time. Just beautiful lyrics.
They're pantry rating.
Yeah, really, really good. Really a great book, and it's easy to do that with. It's easy just to open up and read a passage, and just get happy all over again because of the writing and the joyful feeling that it gives you.
Richard E. Grant.
That's his name. Yeah,
That's
great actor. He was nominated for an Oscar not too long ago, a few years ago.
Was he really?
Yeah, with a movie with what's her name, McCarthy.
Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Richard E. Grant. He's awesome.
It's good movie
mainly
too.
because of 12th Night. Okay, number 11. What is your favorite spice? Flavor-wise, salt. Scent-wise, cloves.
Yeah. My favorite is black pepper. She'll tell you that it is.
I made him turkey soup the other night. By the time he finished putting pepper on it, it was about 50% black pepper.
Yeah, I like it. I like black pepper to burn. I like to put, and it takes a lot of black pepper to burn your throat.
Don't take me much.
It takes me a lot. And
Your soup would be inedible for me.
yeah, it would. You'd be choking to death.
I put like when I make him eggs, I put pepper in his eggs, and he's like, I need pepper on top.
Yeah, I need more pepper. You never put it. Now, yesterday the eggs you made me were perfect. She made me eggs for breakfast. And
that's because I put
perfect.
pepper on top of them too.
Well, you can see the eggs. The eggs should be, in my opinion, should be as black as yellow, not cooked, not burnt. I'm talking about black pepper.
It's 50% black pepper.
Yeah, that's the way it needs to be.
Yeesh.
Because I can't do the hot sauce anymore. It's full of salt.
We should find you some hot sauces, just vinegar and chilies.
I'm not sure you can do that, but we'll see.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure.
Okay.
All right. Number 12. Who do you tag?
Everybody.
Everybody. No,
Just everybody do it. We're not going to tag one person. Do this if you want.
Everybody's going to do it.
This one takes some thought, and I really enjoyed it.
It was so much fun to do.
Yep.
And Josh tagged like
Josh.
30 people.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Thanks, Josh. We really enjoy these foodie tags.
We love them.
Yeah.
They're so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
But
these are probably my favorite tags of all time. The foodie tags.
They're so much fun to do.
And we've only done 2 of them, I think, the breakfast tag and this one. But I've seen tons of them. Because I've been watching BookTube for 4 years, and we've been doing BookTube for 2 years. So, yeah. Very cool.
Yep. But anyway, if you see this and you like the food tag, do it.
Yep.
We'll watch it.
And I'll be back with a video.
Yeah. So, your books are calling. Go read.